Well, look at that. We are back with another video, darling, and we are not playing for 2023. The girls are going to learn. We are going to teach. Yes, darling. If any of this information vibes with your spirit, hit the subscribe button, become a part of our tribe, drop down in the comments. I talk back. I want to talk about femininity from hut wisdom perspective. In today's world, we are looking at the woman and observing her beauty, generally from her waist size and her hips, to determine whether or not her body makes her beautiful. I want to go a bit deeper. I want to give you some hut wisdom. Sit back and learn, okay? What makes a woman beautiful is not just the fact that she has a pretty face or this uniquely bulbous nose, this tip that she has here. That makes her extremely beautiful, right? That bulbous tip of her nose. You won't find that in many women. She has some very ancient features. Even more ancient are her hands. Take a look at her hands. This is what I pick up when I'm doing my readings. This is what the elder has taught me to pick up in women. If you take a look at her hands, she has a thumb here that is thousands of years old in genetic disorder. But we find this, what we call club thumb, in noblemen. Okay? When you find this club thumb in a woman today, understand you are working with an ancient history she's operating with. That's why in the book I tell women, research your mother, her mother, and her mother's mother, so that you know who you are. If you know where you come from, you'll know who you are. She's working with a club thumb. Let's go deep. Are you ready? On this club thumb, you'll notice a few things. You'll notice that it's square at the top, wide at the sides, short in length, okay? When we find this in a woman today, not only do we know that her history is running long in noblemen, but we also know that this woman has some genetic characteristics of wanting danger and excitement. So a man that is going to work with this kind of woman from an Elder Eden Hut Wisdom's perspective is a man who lives on the edge. A little bit of danger will excite this kind of woman. It'll make her feel excited about living. She needs liveliness. You're probably asking, well, why would she need liveliness? Well, remember, you are not just who you are. Remember in the book I wrote, you are a collection of happenings. You are your mother. You are your grandmother. You are your great-grandmother, your great-great-grandmother. You are a collection of beings. That's what DNA is, right? Your DNA is just not made up of you alone, darling. You are a collection of beings. And so your ancient history travels with you as well. That ancient history travels with you. The tendencies of your family travels with you. And so that nobleman warlike mentality, I'm sure if she was to watch this video, she would probably nod her head in agreement. Well, this next set of hands. Now, there are some characteristics you could go from elegant and dainty and feminine and all of those. But this set of hands that we are looking at here, the rather bony but still fleshy kind of hand, not as ancient as Sanaa's legacy and family. So she probably comes from a newer set of people. But there's something about the personality type I want to take a look at here. She has this very long, elegant thumb that has a little bit of boniness to the thumb itself, not so much as the base, but so much as the actual ligament itself. This kind of leads us to believe that perhaps this person needs emotional support or very fragile in their emotions. And so the kind of mate that's going to work with this kind of woman is someone who's extremely thoughtful, compassionate, takes their time, listens, want to hear. I think that'll work best for her. This next set of hands, we're looking at one of the most, I think it's a beautiful set of hands. Take a look at the boniness, that bone that sticks out right there at the thumb. The thumb is always the first place I look in hands. But if you take a look at that boniness that sticks out there, and then how it relaxes here when her hands are at rest, it lets you know, number one, she's not coming from she's probably much newer in her lineage and legacy than both Holly and Sanaa, but I can tell you she was meant to be where she is today. That's destiny. This next set of hands, the most feminine of all hands, the triangle pointed thumb. Oh my goodness. beautiful, hands down mother energy in that hand, teacher energy in that hand, someone you can learn from. They want to know, they want to teach, they're very deliberate in their actions. Take a look at that pointing downness of the way that finger is positioned. Brilliant, great energy for a mother. This next energy, we're looking at the pad on her thumb. It looks much like my own, so I'm kind of biased in this, okay? But if you look at that base there, we're looking at an artistic energy. Now, artistic women, men seem to fall for them because they can't quite have them, right? And there's this deep passionate romance, kind of like what Elizabeth Taylor had that energy that Elizabeth Taylor had. That's the energy that we're working here with. But it also means that there'll be years of trying to find someone that can match that energy. This next set of hands here, oh my goodness, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Not just delicate, but she plays up the delicateness of her hands by adding an almond-shaped nail to her hands. That shape is very deliberate, and I know she knows that it is. The reason why she adds that almond is because her actual hands themselves, if you take a look at the thumb, you'll notice that the way it goes there's an almond-shaped natural to her actual hands themselves. So she plays up on that by adding an almond shape to it to elongate the nails and the hands even further, to add a little bit more class, a little bit more elegance. Now, when I say add a little bit more class, the shape of your nails, the length of your nails, the color of your nails is all up to you. It's all about expressing and expressing yourself and how you feel about yourself. That's what the color of your nails should be representing. The shape of your nails should upplay the space you feel in, because you got to remember your hands, your nails, the way they're shaped, they're telling a story about who you are, where you come from, and where you're going. Especially in Hut Wisdom, it's telling a story about who you are, where you come from, and where you're going. So you want to tell that story deliberately, okay? And understand that it's your story to tell. The length of your nails should actually work best with the shape of your fingers. I want you to remember that you're telling a story. You're sending a message. You're sending a message about that. Not only are they being picked up by the opposite sex, but they're also being picked up by the same sex as well. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, that beauty is not just in your face, it's the things that actually make up your face. And you're going to learn how important those things are as we evolve into this new year, as we evolve into the new book. Femininity, oh my God, darling, is deeper than they let on. And I really, really, really want you guys to learn what that's all about. I want you to take a look at your own hands today. Take a look at your own unique characteristics. And I want you to think, what makes my hand beautiful? Because whether you know it or not, darling, your hands make you beautiful. It's the totality of all of you, darling. Until next time, be empowered, be inspired, and be well.